All right, we are here back with another breakdown video. I know it's been quite a while since I've done a breakdown video like this and all that, but I felt might as well. It's a special occasion. It's my boy Gogeta finally getting a brand new unit, just in general, brand new free-to-play unit, especially this version of Gogeta, which we've been waiting for quite a while, the custom animations and all stuff, which he does have. So I'm very excited. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just jump straight into the breakdown and all that stuff. So like we shall see. So main ability with the Super Saiyan Gogeta. By the way, just before we get into his actual kit, let's just go over this. So he is purple. He is a melee type character, which purple is not a bad typing for him. I would have said before he came out, I would have wanted him to be either purple or red. So, I mean, I guess he's one of those typings, but I would have definitely preferred for him to be red. But purple's not a bad typing, I guess. I don't know. It could have been better, though, but it is what it is. In terms of stats, the stats are actually... they're okay. They're not the greatest. His offense... I don't know why he's a melee type, but they decided to give him even strike and blast attack stats. Like, I just don't know why they did that. Like, I feel like they could have just sacrificed some of the blast attack and just pumped it more into a strike attack. So give him like 250, like mid 250 range, like strike attack level, and then just put his blast down to like the lower 240s, maybe like 230s. Like, he's a melee type character. Like, it doesn't matter if he does good blast damage. Like, he's more so meant to be strike based, and his defenses as well also kind of a little low. So yeah, I don't know, but we shall see what he does with this kit. So there's that. So main ability, draws a blue card next, restores one key by 50, which is pretty solid. 80% special, 80%, sorry, to the next special move damage inflicted. So that's actually pretty nice. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 to arts card draw speed level for 15 counts, and he steals one enemy card slot randomly for 10 counts. Obviously, so main ability doesn't seem too bad. It only takes 10 counts to use actually, so it's not too bad. Honestly, it's not too bad. Debuffing blue card, extra blue card damage, not too bad honestly. Passive 1, so his first unique ability, applies falling effects to self when battle starts. 80% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. It reduces damage received by 50%, cannot be cancelled as well. So not bad. Again, even with those types of stats, especially like 50% damage reduction with these level of stats, I don't know if he's gonna tank. I feel like he might probably just get roughed up quite a bit, but we shall see. I don't know. Hopefully, at the very least, his damage is good. I hope. So there's that. Anyways, applies the falling effects to self every time a strike card is drawn while his character is on the battlefield, which is actually pretty interesting. So every time he draws a strike card, he restores his own health by 3%, gets -1 to strike card's cost, activates 5 times. So he basically builds up to an extra -5 to strike card's cost, and he also gets an extra 10% strike damage inflicted, activates 5 times, cannot be canceled. So basically, he wants to draw up to 5 strike cards, and he builds up that extra -5 to strike card. His strike card cost goes down by 5, and then he also gets an extra 50% strike damage. So at that point, he's already at a peak damage inflicted of 130% strike damage, which is not bad. Stats, maybe I would like them to be a little higher, but it's not bad. Like, honestly, that's not too bad, honestly. So he could be doing some pretty solid damage at that point. So there's that. Passive 2 applies falling effects to all enemies when this character enters the battlefield. So he's kind of like a melee, like an offensive slash debuffing type character. That's pretty much what his role is. So he inflicts the enemy with the 20% damage received debuff for 15 counts. It can actually be pretty solid. You can make use of that, as well as also your allies can make use of that as well. So that is actually pretty nice. And then inflicts tag Super Saiyan with attribute downgrade -30% to critical rate for 20 counts. Obviously, I feel like they're doing this mainly just because, one, it's kind of a counter to kind of BROLY, yes, because he fought against BROLY. But also, I guess, to Bardock, because I feel like they're assuming you're going to be running BROLY alongside Bardock, so that way he can't crit as often. They gave him this. I don't think this is a great ability, honestly. Like, -30%. Like, I don't know. This is just their way of countering Bardock, but I just don't think it's effective, honestly. Like, I don't know. It feels like almost like a pointless ability for the most part, honestly, so... there's that. I don't know. Interesting. Applies falling effects to self every time the enemy uses a blue card or a green card while this character's on battlefield or standby. So he just has to be on the team, basically. As long as you bring him, doesn't matter if you have him like switched in or switched out, he gets these buffs, I guess. So every time the enemy uses a blue or green card, he gets an extra 20% damage inflicted for 15 counts and an extra 20% damage reduction for 10 counts, cannot be stacked. So the damage buff can be stacked up a decent bit. So maybe if you're coming across a team, maybe you come across that like someone's running like a red purple team with like Whis, MUI Goku, and the androids, which is a pretty good team, is a pretty decently common team, and all the stuff that you see run. They pop a couple green cards, at least Gogeta gets some extra buffs, I guess, out of it. I don't know how good this is actually. You're probably not gonna be getting this that often. It depends. I don't know. Again, maybe if you're coming across a team that can generate quite a bit of green cards, maybe against like Kaioken Goku, you'll get these buffs to proc a decent bit, I guess. But I don't know. It's okay. Then the following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Restores ally key by 20, which is nice. Gradually restores own health each timer count for 20 counts, which is okay. And then inflicts all enemies at true downgrade plus 20% strike damage received for 10 counts. So actually, when he swaps out, he's basically debuffing the enemy and making him take an extra 40% strike damage, plus giving key on switch out, which is actually nice. So at least he does provide a little bit of support and all that stuff. So honestly, I don't think he's too bad. Honestly, I actually don't think he's too bad. So far, like, just from his kit and his well, I guess we can talk about these two. His blue card does massive impact, explode damage, which is actually pretty nice, and he gets 30% special damage inflicted for 3 counts per activation. It is a range blue card as well, which is actually pretty nice. And then his green card does draw his strike card next, gets 50 key, and he cancels his own attribute downgrades under normal conditions. So it's pretty solid. So it's a solid green card. He gets a strike card, he gets a guaranteed card, and all that stuff. So it's actually pretty nice. And then his Z abilities at 14 stars at the very least is giving 26% to strike and blast attack for movies and fusions. No, yeah, he is buffing fusion and tag event exclusive, obviously, because it's a free-to-play unit. Then he's giving an extra 15% strike defense for Saiyans, obviously. So C ability is not too bad. It's not the craziest thing ever, but it's okay. But so far on paper, and obviously we see his stats here, they're like, he definitely seems solid. I need to see him in action, obviously, but he seems solid for sure. So we shall see. And then also, I believe, well, okay, we'll talk about that in a little. Well, actually, might as well talk about this now. Basically, we're getting this banner again. This banner's already been out for once in the past, and I remember making a video about it. Well, not specifically about it, but I mentioned it in the video. I think at that point I made a video. That was the last video I did revisiting Goku and Vegeta, actually. Which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, do not summon on this, and I will say it again, don't summon on this. I don't recommend summoning on this. We still haven't gotten technically part 2 of the anniversary. Maybe you could classify this as part 2. I really don't think so. All we're getting is just this and the free-to-play Gogeta, and that's it. So I would just recommend, honestly, just not summoning on this. Like, BROLY, we'll get to BROLY in a little bit. Gogeta is okay now. He could use his Plat. BROLY could use his Plat. And then Goku and Vegeta, they're okay right now, but I just don't think any of these characters are must summon, but we shall see. But that's the banner we're getting, so there's that. And then what is this? Oh yeah, okay, might as well just talk about this now. Oh yeah, I do want to mention real quick before we move on for the Gogeta, I didn't pull it up, unfortunately, but actually I can probably just check it on my boy Spider's account. But Gogeta, yeah, he does have his strike cards where he actually gets card draw speed, level 1 card draw speed for 5 counts per activation for every strike card he uses. So he technically does have card draw speed. It's not actually built into his actual kit in terms of his unique abilities, but it is on his strike card. So as long as you can draw strike cards with him and use strike cards, he'll get the card draw speed in action. So that's actually pretty nice. Obviously, if you're building more of a strike based team, he can get some card draw speed and help continue the combo a decent bit. So it's actually pretty nice. So I'll take that. So overall, again, the Gogeta does actually look pretty solid. So we just have to see how he is in action now. Yes, so there's that. But here's the main thing. Well, another big thing this update. BROLY is getting his Plat equip. Yes, this LF BROLY right here is getting his Plat equip finally. Unfortunately, Gogeta Blue isn't getting his, but it's fine, because I would have said, honestly, BROLY definitely did need it more, but obviously, preferably, I would have wanted Gogeta to get his, just because, you know, it's my boy Gogeta. But it's fine, BROLY got his. Again, I did think he definitely needed it more. He was in much desperate need of help compared to Gogeta. So yeah, overall, I did look at this already. Seems pretty good. So in terms of the first slot, obviously in terms, well, no, never mind, it doesn't show it, whatever. But yeah, obviously this is Broly's Plat equip. Slot 1 is giving him health restoration and double defenses, which is pretty nice. I don't expect him to be a great tank even after this. But the health restoration is nice because remember, BROLY, I believe, does heal. I believe when he, well, either when I think it's when the enemy swaps, actually, he heals. And then I don't know if he heals from his main ability. I think he does. I don't remember his kit from the top of my head, but I think he does. But regardless, he does have multiple ways to heal, so it is nice to give him that ability. And then his slot 2 is actually like Super Saiyan 4 Goku's Plat equip, but it's better, I think, because one, the stats are higher. Because I believe Super Saiyan 4 Goku's Plat equip, it only goes up to 8% to pure offenses. But this one goes up to 10%, and it's designed in a way where you won't need to farm multiple copies of this equip, because Goku's Plat equip is built in a way where, I think the exact wording is like he gets up to 8% to strike and blast attack per Sun Family battle member, and then obviously you can also roll for GT. So bare minimum, if you want to run on both teams, you have to run him, or you have to farm bare minimum 2 copies of that Plat equip. But this one specifies either or, which means you only need to farm 1. I think they probably probably learned their lesson from the Goku one, and they did it for this one, which is good, which means I don't need to farm 2 of these, so that's nice, because sometimes farming just 1 of these is a pain, so I'm glad it's only just 1 copy I need to farm. So there's that. And then obviously he does have his 3rd unique, or his 3rd slot, which is built like all the recent Plat equips, or is between 3 buffs, and the last one's obviously the best one, obviously. So basically he gets an extra buff when he defeats the enemy, or defeats an enemy. So as long as he KOs at least 1 character, he gets his extra buff. So if you have it just the lowest roll possible, he gets an extra 10% damage inflicted when this character defeats an enemy. If you get a gold slot, he gets 25% damage inflicted when this character defeats an enemy. And then if you have it maxed out, red slot on the last slot, he does get an extra 50% damage inflicted when this character defeats an enemy. And he also gets an extra 15% HP just at all times. He just gets that just permanently. So it's kind of like Cell's Plat equip, honestly, at that point with the HP. So Plat equip definitely does look good. So what, from the 2nd slot alone, he's getting, if you have it like max roll or whatever, he can get up to an extra 30% damage inflicted from the 2nd slot. And then obviously if you happen to get this maxed out, you defeat an enemy, he can get an extra 80% damage inflicted just from this equipment alone, which is pretty ridiculous. And then the health restoration is nice and all. So overall, I do think this is actually a pretty good Plat equip, obviously, for Broly. So we'll see how he does. I'll try my best to farm this up, get a decent copy of it, and then showcase him tonight, as well as also the Gogeta. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really that much this update, honestly. I just want to check real quick if there's anything like new, I guess. Yeah, that seems to be it all as of right now. So yeah, overall update, it's okay. Like, we get the free-to-play Gogeta, we get his event, obviously the farm up, and then we get the Plat equip and this banner, which, like I said, don't summon this banner, please. All right, if you summon this banner, I just don't know what to say. You're just playing the game wrong, simple as that. But yeah, and also keep in mind, by now UI Goku's banner, I think, might be ending. Well, it'll still be in the game, but it won't be a step-up banner, I'm pretty sure. I think it might just turn into a normal banner, actually, without any of the extra perks. So it's gonna be a worse version of the banner to summon on. So I definitely don't really recommend summoning that unless you don't have MUI and you really want him. Then go ahead. But keep in mind, we're probably gonna be getting part 2 soon, probably a Summonable Ultra. If you want to know my take on whether or not we'll get superhero stuff in Legends soon, maybe. I don't know if the chances are that high, because until we start getting more promotion for some of those characters from the movie, I'm not going to mention anything just for spoiler's sake, but until we get more promotion for certain characters and all that, I don't know how high the chances are of us getting anything from superhero, but we shall see. I could be wrong, I don't know. Either that, or we'll get our Summonable Ultra for the celebration, which I think is pretty likely anyways, but we shall see. I don't know. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, Gogeta does seem pretty good. Broly's Plat equip seems pretty good, so hopefully this is enough to fix him and all that, so we shall see. But with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. Definitely stay tuned for the free-to-play Gogeta showcase, which I'll try my best to get out tonight, as also I'll try my best to get a Broly showcase out if his Plat equip wants to treat me well, so we shall see. But with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a great one, y'all.